Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're looking ahead to the four gamer for the 20th of November. As normal, if you guys enjoy the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button for more NBA Fanduel, DraftKings, and Prize Picks lineup advice videos. If you want to get in on premium, like I said, it's only $6 for a day pass for NBA and only $5 for a day pass for college basketball. As you see right there, college basketball was a nice one for one of our subscribers last night. Won 22.50, so definitely a shout out to them. So come join us for college basketball or NBA. Our Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link right there; it'll take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow while you are there. And message us as well. If you do not have Twitter but still want to get in on premium, no worries. We do have our email down there as well for you. Message us on there, and we'll get you guys all set up. And we also do have a monthly pass as well, and we do have Price Picks available. All right, so let's go get into this four gamer. Pretty crazy day yesterday. Now we got a little bit of a mild one here with interesting group of games for sure. All right, let's get into it. We got Clippers and the Magic. We have a 218.5 and the Magic by 5.5 here in this one. So one of the slower games on the slate, but as I've been telling you guys the last couple videos, the Clippers suck against 3-point area. Small forwards, shooting guards, and point guards. They give up a ton. They give up a ton of points. So, like I said, if they have any sharpshooters, those are definitely going to be the ones you're going to want to look at. But yeah, I mean, I think the main guys I'd be looking at here, Jalen Suggs is still a half decent cash game play at 5,900. I don't think he's going to get you 37, but I think get you still about 30 to 32 in this one. A little bit cheaper, but I think another guy that can still do some half decent damage here is Anthony Black, still playing half decent minutes off the bench as well. And but yeah, he's definitely both those guys are worth a look. Are they must-haves? No, but I still think both of them are definitely worth a look. Not too high on James Harden here at almost 10,000 tonight. On paper, Desmond Bane's in a really good spot. He has been stepping it up recently, but we know how Desmond Bane is, right? He has a couple good games and then he can suck on you and go get you that Atlanta game. So just keep an eye on Desmond Bane, but on paper, he has one of the better matchups of the day. Same thing with Tristan da Silva. I really don't even mind him either. I know he's a more of a power forward, but he likes to shoot three-pointer. 6 attempts last time out, and like I said, it's defending a three-pointer. So I think Tristan da Silva, another guy that could be all right at 4,600. I get a ton of guys, but you can't deny that they're in good, half decent spots here. Like I said, he's more of a power forward, but they give up not a ton of 3-pointers, but like I said, he can kind of switch to small forward as well. He's obviously a bigger guy, but I really don't mind Tristan da Silva. Wagner, once again, not in a bad spot at 8,500 if you guys can afford him. And let me see. And Zuba, I mean, you can go back to Wendell Carter if you want to. Clippers. This is one out of 150, by the way. So Clippers are almost like the worst team that you possibly could be against sinners. Give up a ton of points, field goal, rebounds, steals, blocks. So I think this could be another good spot here for Wendell Carter. I did call him to have a good game last time out. Hopefully, you guys picked him in my video. I said he had a good matchup against Golden State, and then he popped off. So another good matchup here, a really good matchup, one of the best against the Clippers here tonight. I mean, you can also make a run for Goga if you wanted to on maybe some DK or something like that, but that's kind of what we got going on from that game. Moving on to the next game, we have Atlanta and San Antonio Spurs. We have a 232 and a 1.5 spread, so one of the highest spreads on the slate. Let's go look at the Atlanta defense. Like I said, Atlanta's really not that bad. I'm surprised this game's this high of a total here. So we got shooting guards are really bad at, small forwards are medium, and then everything else they're really dang good at. Obviously, that depends if a couple people are on. Porzingis and Zachary Ricochet are still questionable in this one, so we got to keep an eye on those guys. But yeah, like I said, Atlanta is really, really good against like I said, power forward centers. Which kind of stings because I don't mind looking at Kelly. This is going to be a Kelly game. He had 25 last time out in limited minutes, but that's the only thing is limited minutes. If Porzingis and Ricochet don't play again, you got to look at Jalen Johnson, Conmu, even in a harder matchup. But we'll just have to see what's going on with those guys. Harrison Barnes at 4-4 could be worth the play. Like I said, someone's got to step up here for San Antonio. I just don't know who it's really going to be. I mean, on paper, Devin Vassell, another guy that should do. Like I said, these are all on paper. They just don't really have a playmaker right now against this Atlanta team. The way it's set up. I mean, you got Fox obviously 86 if you want to pay for that, but that's the only one that you really got going on. So I guess Fox is who I would look. Let's go look at the Atlanta side real quick for you guys. That's the wrong team. There we go. So Centennial struggles against point guards, and for the most part, they're pretty good everywhere else. They do struggle against the 3-pointer, 3.7, 3.6, and three. So point guard, shooting guard, and small forward for Atlanta. So guys like Daniels, Nikhil Alexander Walker's in a half decent spot at 6,200. He could easily pop off here. And then even small forwards are doing half decent as well. So it depends on who starts. If Zachary Ricochet's out again, you could take a deep GPP punt with Krejcik here. He's playing half decent minutes, but he's all over the place. But like I said, on paper, an easy matchup. Only if Zachary Ricochet and Porzingis are out that I would consider him. All right. But yeah, on the Atlanta side, I don't really have much down low. It just really depends on what's going on, like I said, with Porzingis and Ricochet. All right, Sacramento and Memphis in this one. We got a 235.5 and a 2.5. So we do have the best defense in the league in the Sacramento Kings taking on the Grizzlies. I'm being very sarcastic, by the way. They suck really bad this year. But yeah, I mean, where do we start here? Like I said, Memphis. This is actually a really good spot for Memphis. Let's go look at Sacramento real quick. And as you see, their defense is horrendous. They're terrible against shooting guards, centers, point guards, power forwards, giving up a ton of points, ton of field goal percentage. They are defending. I guess they're doing all right against the 3-pointer, but they do struggle against shooting guards and then the assists and steals as well. The steals upside is probably pretty high because of Russell Westbrook on the other side. But yeah, I mean, Jaren Jackson's also out in this game, so I think one guy that should be able to eat is Santa Almada at 5,500, especially Jackson out. This is all with Jackson in there, so he's more of a cash game play at 5,500. I think a lot of people are going to have him, but he's really not in too bad of a spot here tonight. Let's go look at the center position. I really don't mind looking at Zach Edey again against Sacramento. I mean, with Jackson being out, Edey's still slightly limited on minutes, but he's still good cash game play to get you about 28 to 30 fantasy points here in this one. Sabonis probably going to be back in this one. He did sit yesterday on the first leg of a back-to-back, so keep that in mind. It is a back-to-back for these guys. But these Sacramento guys are really dang cheap. You got DeRozan there as well, 40 and 36 in his last two. Like I said, I get it. Sabonis is coming back. You can even go look at Sabonis at 8,300. Like no Jackson, who's gonna really defend him? So don't mind looking at Sabonis at 83. I think he's really underpriced. And I think I heard that Zach LaVine came off the bench last time. Yeah, he ain't doing anything. So DeRozan and Sabonis obviously worth a look. Another guy you want to look at. Everybody's going to have him. I had him yesterday in our lineup, Vince Williams. So just keep that in mind. Everyone's going to go back to him here. Coward, you can go look at Cedric Coward as well. Easy matchup, 5,600. Still on a slight minute restriction, and it is a it's not a back to back for him. But one day off in between, but still going to be on that limit restriction for them. One guy that I think could be an okay value play to get you 22, 23 fantasy points, and I could see him being a potential pop up, maybe not a pop up, but 25 to 27 fantasy points, maybe a 6.5 time value. Could be Jalen Wells, and I get it, not the sexiest play out there, but look, I saw what this guy did last year. He was pretty solid. This year, I don't know what's going on with this dude, but at 3,800, if he's going to play 25, 30 minutes against one of the worst defenses in the entire league, I mean, he could have a game against New York and get you 32.6. I mean, no one's going to have Jalen Wells. I really don't mind this spot. But like I said, GPP only. Do not put him in your cash games. Um, but yeah, he's kind of on my radar here tonight. Shooting guard, already mentioned all that. Not too into Westbrook or Dennis here tonight, but keep an eye. Like I said, Sacramento, DeRozan, Sabonis, and then don't mind Jalen Wells as my GPP punt play, and then obviously Vince Williams as well. All right, let's move on to our last game here. We have Philadelphia and Milwaukee in this one. So Giannis is out. We have a 224.5 and 2.5 spread by the Sixers. Paul George is probable, and Joel Embiid is game time decision. So don't expect Joel Embiid to play here. Let's go look at the defense real quick for Milwaukee. And like I said, they're not too bad overall. They do struggle against the small forward position. But it looks like the last couple of days that they've been struggling more. Point guard and shooting guard looks like that's been picking up. They struggle against shooting guards. 3.8 field goal three pointers made against them per game. So guys like VJ Edgecombe definitely could come into play here. Um, Quentin Grimes could also come into play, but VJ Edgecombe at 6,300, really don't mind that. I think he could really have a good spot. Like I said, it is a back-to-back, so keep that in mind for Philadelphia. But I think still Paul George is going to be limited on his minutes. Drummond, I think, could be in a good spot here. Not the greatest matchup for him, so maybe 28 to 30. Actually, never mind, he's 7,200. Yeah, fade him. Wow. I didn't know he was that expensive. Miles Turner, on the other hand, you could maybe go look at him. Let's go look at the Philadelphia defense. But I just don't really like picking too many of these Bucks guys. There's not in the great spots. Shooting guard, power forward, though, like I said, they struggle. So on paper, Kyle Kuzma could have a good game, but he could probably bust. Bobby Portis, but I just can't really trust those guys. They're really GPP for me. I don't see anyone on this Milwaukee team that I can trust. Maybe Ryan Rollins, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's a 224. I'm not really into that game. I mean, it's a close game. Like I said, probably going to be favoring the Philly side unless I look more into it and find something here for Milwaukee. But I just don't really care for it. And I'm not a big total guy, but I don't know, that could go under. But let's go plug in a couple people for you guys. See what we got going on. So I really don't mind. Like if you're gonna pay up, I think Maxi's in a really good spot for a cash game play. It's a back to back though. Um, you got Fox though at 8,600. He's gonna have to be one of the main guys really running that show over there. And then we can go down here to Vince Williams if we want to at that point guard position. And like I said, guys like Dyson Daniels, they're in good spots on paper, so keep an eye on him. If you could afford him, I would definitely recommend putting him in your lineup. And then like I said, you got Alexander Walker, VJ Edgecombe. Both those guys are in really good spots. Like I said, if you want to take a shot in GPPs, you can go Jalen Wells. That leaves you a little bit of money at 76 to go, like I say, go get some pretty good guys. Go get like Desmond Bain in there. Um, like I said, I really don't mind Jalen Johnson even on this one here. DeRozan's in a good spot at 6'4". Santa Almada at 50. So you may not even need Jalen Wells tonight. There's some half decent value and like I said, some good ways to make some cash games, but also some good spots for tournaments as well. So as normal, if you guys want to come join us for premium, $6 day pass for NBA, $5 day pass for college basketball. Our Twitter and our email will be in the comment section below for you guys. Click the link or message us on our email. We'll get you guys all set up on today's slate. And yeah, why not come join us? And that's mostly it. So once again, thanks for watching. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button as well. All right, we'll see you guys here in the next one.